All right, in this video, we're going to look at how to set up your categories for your course. So categories are basically the same thing as categories would be in Markbook, or buckets are in Edsby gradebook. So in order to do that, again, we're going to go to grades. So that's course admin and grades. And this time we're going to go over to the enter grades tab just to look at what we see there. All right, so again, you can see that it's going to end up looking like kind of like a spreadsheet once we get going here, but you'll see all your students and then grades, and you'll start to see the assessments pop up here once we start putting them in. So the first thing we want to do, though, is set up categories. So in order to do that, we'll go to Manage Grades. All right, and then we'll go to New and Category. So this is where you're going to enter the name for your category. So if it's TAC, you're going to put in knowledge, application, communication, or thinking. If you're doing learning goal-based assessment, you're going to put in the name of your learning goal. Now, I have this set up as a weighting method of calculation right now, as opposed to the points base. So weighting means that as I enter these categories, I'm going to put in the percent weight of the final grade, which I know a lot of people are going to want to do, especially if they're doing TAC, where you're like 35% knowledge, 30% communication, etc. So we're going to do that. So let's say we'll do our knowledge category. And again, like I talked about in the last video, if you want to do a points-based system, and that works well with learning goal-based assessment and learning goals, where the learning goals kind of weight themselves based on how many marks are in there, you can do that using the point system, and we can look at that in another video. So here is knowledge, and you can put a short name. I'll put no. So here's where you put the weight. So let's say that it's 35% of the final grade. We're going to put that there. So now that category is going to be worth 35% of your final grade. Now distribution here is allows you to talk about how assessments are going to be weighted within that category. So the first option is manually assign weight to the items in the category. So if you put a test in, you're going to say it's worth 20% of that category or 30% of that category. You could also have it as distribute weights by points across all items in the category. So if you had a quiz that was 10 marks and a test that was 20 marks within the category, it's automatically going to weight that test twice as much. So that might be an option you want to do. That way you can just kind of let all of them weight themselves, or you could do the thing where like tests are 10%, quizzes are 5%, however you want to do it within that. But that just talks about how the assessments within that category are going to be weighted. But the category will still be 35% of the overall mark. All right. And then you can just put display options. Do you want them to be able to see the class average or the grade distribution? And if you want to override display items for this option, meaning it's not going to be the same as your other things, you want it specific to this one, you can do that as well. All right. Meaning you can show different things from what we had set in the first place. Anyway, so that's all you have to do for your category. You hit save and close. And now that is one of your categories here, and it's weighted 35%. So as you put in items, you'll see under this knowledge, they'll start to appear under there as you start to put grade items in there, which is what we're going to do in our next video.